Study Objective 7 is the last objective that we're covering in Chapter 5. Recall that on a very basic income statement, we're looking at revenues minus expenses equals net income. Now remember that revenues do not necessarily represent cash coming in the door. Revenues are just what we've earned and charged our customers. And expenses on the income statement don't necessarily coincide with cash flowing out. Expenses on the income statement are just costs that we've incurred, whether we've paid them or not. Back in Chapter 1, we learned about the statement of cash flows. The first section on a statement of cash flows converts the income statement into cash basis, converting revenues and expenses into cash in minus cash out. All right, well that brings us up to Study Objective 7 here in Chapter 5. The quality of earnings ratio takes a look at the net income reported on the company's income statement and compares that with the cash shown in that first section of the statement of cash flows, the operating activities. So we're looking at how much cash we're actually generating from the net income reported on the income statement. Your authors go on to say that if we have a good healthy net income, but the numerator is significantly smaller, the cash flow is smaller than the income you're reporting, that is typically not seen as a really good sign by stockholders. They like to see that we're converting our net income into cash. So your authors give you some examples of some companies' quality of earnings ratios, and if a company is showing a ratio of less than 1:1, that's not considered to be highly desirable, but a ratio that's higher than 1:1 shows that they have good cash flow coming off of their net income. Frankly, this is not a study objective in the chapter that I'm going to be placing a great deal of emphasis on, but it would be a good idea if you kind of knew the basics of what this quality of earnings ratio attempted to show us.